Nonhlanhla, a lecturer, teacher, educator, and she's been with us since 2012. She started her e-learning journey and makes good use of the online assessment tools. So welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This week has been an amazing week for me because I am coming from that conference of emerging technologies, which was amazing. So the whole of this week I'm around a group of people that we are having the common goal. I'll briefly give a history about this course. It's a module that is done by B.Ed honors students in language education and language and literacy studies. So it was revived last year, and the students that I had last year were having no background of ICTs at all, and they needed, to understand hardware, those things. So the group of this year has challenged me, to put more effort and to go deeper and collaborate with a colleague from Wits University. So it's focusing on theory and practice, and it is, as it is an elective, it is also covering the whole of B.Ed honors language education, because we collaborate with other two lecturers, Prof. Nomlomo and Dr. Pludeman, on Saturdays, so that we can bring in the sociologies, social linguistics, and so that it makes sense what is done in these electives. Okay, the course description, as I said, it focuses on theory and practice. It examines the ICT's policies in education and how these policies are understood in the 21st century language and literacy classroom, which is a field I believe that it's still new in terms of, in our context, to use the online materials for language learning and teaching. So the students are told to adhere to certain norms. To make an example, you must have access to internet. You must try by all means to have access to WhatsApp and so on. So I speak to them to say that when you are a language practitioner and you have joined this course, you must be prepared to respond to the potential of digital technologies within the multimodal and digital literacies. So they are expected to read all class articles that reflect on current literature. What I'm saying in this second bullet is a process, and I want to agree with the previous speakers who spoke about the challenge of shifting the mind, because when you speak to them and you try to explain that this is how things are happening in this course, it's a challenge because they are still not into that. And iCanva is one of the platforms and Google Drive that we are using. And in doing so, the articles that I send to them, they are easily accessible to them on time, and these include the theories of learning and teaching with ICTs. And we get to do some tasks or an activity. To make an example, in this task, they were allowed to read and understand how they can use each or one or two theories to support whatever lesson plan they have in mind for their teaching outcomes. And then we use iCanva, Dropbox. And then on this slide, I have introduced that they work as a group, and a group or in pairs. And what they do, they identify 2 articles, and then what they do, they discuss that, and it's sent on what is it called, discussion forum, and they exchange ideas there. So whatever they are discussing is used for as a mark, is going to be counting towards their mark. And then my wish is to continue for them to create more of the group work based on, eventually what they are going to do, they are going to have a task or a project that someone is going to use throughout the year. So Google Drive is also on my UWC, and then we are supposed to share using each other's email address. But initially, they had an encounter of having the work too big to be accommodated in Ikamva, but Google Drive is taking too much of that work. And then we are also expecting to have to use WebQuest, and when they use this WebQuest, it's going to be based on that project that we developed from the beginning, and then we hope that they will be able to submit the links and drop it into Ikamva. And then there is also an issue of cyber safety and cyber bullying. I've thought of that, that we need to also speak about it, where they should discuss how they are going to, how they would control issues of cyber safety and cyber bullying in a language lesson or in a classroom. Because we are aware that as Professor Ngambi wrote in June this year about the issues of cyber bullying and cyber safety in schools, we are also, as teachers who are making use of these technologies, to be aware that there are such issues that our teachers need to be aware of. And then I use this kind of rubric for them towards the end of the year, because they are supposed to show that they have been posting, how others were responding, what is the quality and the timelines. So with regards to that, I need prayers, and I need I need help from people like Caroline and the team to help. Are you able to monitor that with me, so that they know that this is not a joke? Using this Ikamva is something that is also contributing to quality education and quality learning. Yeah, in conclusion, this is how the course is going to be closed. They will access and develop and design language and literacy curriculum unit, which with assessment and evaluation activities and of any language. And remember, I did not mention that they don't have to do it only in English. It can be in any language of learning and teaching, because there are those who are doing isiXhosa, and there are no resources of isiXhosa. Perhaps we don't know if these students in future might be future researchers on design-based research. So yeah, that is why I'm saying this course could bring more information on future research. I would like to thank the Ikamva team. As Juliet has mentioned, that I started in 2012. I abused them. So anytime there's something that has come to my mind, I pick up the phone. Can I speak to Caroline? No, Caroline. They say, oh, who else? Who's speaking? Is Noni? Oh, Juliet, it's me, Juliet. Oh, Juliet. Okay, how can I help you? So they are always willing to help. And this is not the only course that I'm using Canva. I use the Canva with the course called ETC 122. And thank you for allowing me to abuse you guys.
Thank you so much. And you mentioned a very important thing, participation. Earlier I said yes, the government wants us to open, remember, student access. But our Minister Bladen Tamandi is concerned about student success. And we can have these fantastic teams and all of us are up and willing, helping. But are we actually contributing to the throughput? We are getting asked some hard questions, and I hope that you can see that our lecturers are not just dumping things within Canva. And again, I wish DBC was here. People are thinking about the learning processes within these environments. So thank you very much